Okay, welcome to my little corner, my little place on this earth. I am sure that most of you are experiencing different things in this time. And I don't want to mention the name, I don't want to mention the reason. It is a time for waking up. And we all are going to experience waking up differently. Some of us are going to get mad. Some of us are going to get irritated. Some of us are going to start fighting, arguing, because this can't be real. We have been programmed for such a long time that anything that is out of our ordinary must be false, right? I mean, what else can we say, right? But if we look at our lives and we look at the fact that we are living beings, divine beings, and that our consciousness is rising, whether we like it or not, because the consciousness of Mother Earth is rising. The frequency of Mother Earth is rising because she is a huge space planet traveling through the star systems, right? And she has gone through the photon belt. She's right now in a position where each one that is on her has to travel with her or leave this planet. And many people are deciding to leave. Many species are also deciding to leave. But for those of you that are feeling different, waking up and feeling different, waking up and maybe being irritated or maybe being sad or maybe having all kinds of feelings, I applaud you because you are checking in with how you feel about what is going on. That is your truth teller. If it doesn't feel right, it isn't. Let's go to the part where, as children, we had to go and get our vaccines. It didn't feel right. I'm sure that on many levels, the ones that were creating these vaccines in the beginning, I'm sure some of these scientists did it for the better of humanity. Immunology. And that is something that I do understand. I'm not a scientist, but I do understand that our immune system sometimes needs a boost. And if that is what a vaccine could be, then I would be okay to open up myself for a vaccine. But as a child, I remember I did not like them. I never liked them. I just didn't understand why I had to put some dead cells into my body. I just never understood it. And same thing with when I came and became an American citizen, I had to go through a whole bunch of vaccines. I said, God, please protect me from this, because this is not really what I want, but I am okaying it because I am seeing that I need to be in this country and work as I do. And so I opened up for that and I said, God, please protect me. And I remember, I don't understand why, but suddenly my head felt like it was an airhead. I felt like I couldn't put two and two together. I couldn't put sentences together. I was in that space where, oh my goodness, I'm not connecting the dots right now. And I was living in Washington, D.C. at that time, or in the area, the D.C. area. And that led me to think, way much later, I was like, wait a minute. I became such an airhead where I couldn't put two and two together. I couldn't form complete sentences for a lot of time. I went and I got myself detoxed through a lot of kinds. I just naturally went and started detoxing. I just naturally went and heavy metal detoxed myself without really knowing what it was. I just knew that my body was fighting something foreign that was not. It was not, and I was breaking out, and I was I actually even, my weight suddenly, I started gaining weight as well. And I started getting habits that were not normally mine. So I don't know what was in those vaccines. All I know is that I took it because I wanted my American citizenship to be final, right? And that's a story that one day I will tell you all about how I had to do this, but that's a longer story. But I want to go into the fact that raising our vibration, this is something that I talk about a lot, and people say, oh, you always talk about that, until you start experiencing it. Why do we want to do that? Why do we want to raise our vibration? One of the biggest reasons is that when we raise our vibration, we clear ourselves of toxins and we open up to possibilities. And we are shifting, many of us have already shifted to higher dimensions, but many of us are here to guide and help you all shift to the fourth and fifth dimension. Fourth density, which you are feeling a lot about right now, is that you're starting to get a little bit more intuitive. You're starting to feel things, or you're starting to tune in to other people and wondering, why am I feeling like this? As soon as this person comes in, why am I feeling like this? Or why do I start to see auras? That's part of the ascension, my dear. You're starting to become clear. You're starting to see clearer. That's really what clairvoyance is, seeing clear. Some people say, oh, I go to a reader or a psychic, but I say it's just clairvoyance. It's just that the person you're going to is a little bit clearer and can see clearer what's going on, both in the future and in the past. You know, I'm one of those people. So, but what you're starting to do is you're actually starting to see clearer, to feel, to become less dense in your body. And then when you reach the fifth dimension, which Mother Earth is on right now, and you allow yourself to go there, then you have cleared yourself of most things that hold you from love. In other words, then you're going to be clearing yourself to be love. What's that going to do with your relationship? Well, let me tell you something. A lot of relationships are going to be shifting. A lot of relationships are not going to make it, because some are choosing to stay on the 3D, and some are choosing to ascend to the fifth dimension. And however you do it is your path, and I welcome you to explore. And if you feel fear, explore what the fear is. Is it something that has been programmed within you? Is it something that you need to clear from your past life or past programming? Now, I go back into different lives as well. I can many times, if something is bothering me and I keep returning to that same, let's say, problem, I then need to go back in some of my past lives to see what it is that I'm not understanding in this life. So sometimes a past life reading, which you guys can sign up for below, sometimes a past life reading or regression can actually really help you in what it is you're stuck in now. Once you clear that, then you clear it from this life as well. And some of you say, oh, past life is, there's no past there. It's true. There, on the dimension that I'm coming from and that I'm working out from, I see past, present, and future as one. It is only in the now, but it's in different your multidimensional you, which is not just the dimension that you're seeing right now, is in all of these past, present, and future lives simultaneously. So it is always in the now. And in the now, when you clear something, you're clearing for the past and for the future. And you're clearing for your parents and your children and your grandchildren. So if you're starting to feel things that you normally didn't, or if you go close to people and you can start seeing their auras, or you can start hearing their thoughts, you are not going crazy, I promise you. Many of us have been doing this throughout our lives, but some of us have been just waking up to it right now. And it's a little frightening. I remember when I had to shut that down because I heard what everybody was thinking, and if it was not good towards me, I would hurt because I knew what they were thinking, but I couldn't tell them, hey, I know what you just were thinking. I had to actually close that down so that I didn't have to be so open. But I want you to know that you are on the right path, however you choose. And if there's something you don't really like, then all I can say to you is change it. Okay? I'm here to hold your hand if you need that. But I want to read something from a very amazing master, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. All speech, action, and behavior are fluctuations of consciousness. All life emerges from and is sustained in consciousness. The whole universe is the expression of consciousness. The reality of the universe is one unbounded ocean of consciousness in motion. I like ocean in motion. In other words, you are everything. You are divine. You are love. You are everything. You see, your bodies are just a reflection of everything happening on the outside. You are universe within. And when I wrote my last book, I Am, The Soul's Journey to Source Within, it's about letting go of outside rules, regulations, and programming. And the reason why I today was feeling a little bit off was because I was feeling everybody was like waking up to something that is uncertain. Yes, this is part of waking up. It's not easy to wake up, I promise you. I've been there. And I'm still there. You think that when you wake up, then everything is fine. You get enlightened and everything is fine. Ah, ha, ha, do I have a joke? Does the universe have a joke for you? It's just the level of waking up that's going to be continuously happening throughout your life. But at the same time, I would also say that if you are seeking, connect with your inner self, because what you're seeking is seeking you. And actually everything is within you. There is no outside, inside. It's all coming from within. So everything that is coming from within is happening and it's manifesting to you on the outside level. And I see you on some level, maybe, you're thinking about some of the things that I just said. Again, always do your own research. Feel within your body, does this resonate with you? And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. This is just my viewpoint of how I am experiencing this world and this life and this existence. And I can tell you that many times I listened to people and I thought they were completely woo-woo, you know? And people say about me that I'm also very far out there, and I'm always telling them, in my mind I'm always saying, you don't know how far out I really am. That's the beauty of everything, because I really do understand that if you are just waking up, all what I've just said probably freaks you out, because you're like, how in the world is this true for me? And if it's not, don't worry. I might just be planting a seed that will soon grow within you. And I invite you to open up to other points of views so that you become more flexible and open-minded. Because right now what is happening outside with this plandemic has actually been a blessing for us. We are here to awaken to who we really are. You might have heard this before. It's all within you. As within, so without. As above, so below. We hear all this, but do we understand it? And I can tell you, when I was a very, very young girl, and the question was asked, are you going to go to church? What religion are you going to believe in? Or what religion do you believe in? I was confused because I was like, no, in my previous lives I've been all the religions, and it has led me to this life where I don't believe. In the word believe is lie. I don't believe in anything. I either know it or I don't. What is it that I know or don't? Well, I know what's in my heart, and what's in my heart is what I believe in. Now, some people say, oh, that's, that can be degraded. No, if you are in the divine love, which you were born with, that divine light that came through, when you came through with a certain dimension, certain frequency. If you are still in that frequency, you are following the path that you came here to do. Now, if you're in a lower frequency and you feel everything is very, very difficult right now, which periodically I feel as well, so don't be bad, don't be judgmental on yourself. But if you're in this, you feel that you're not really shining your light, you feel that you're treading water because you're trying to just stay on top of everything because it's really, really difficult, then you have some blockages that are blocking the flow from within. And the flow of energy, it's just like if you're sitting and watching a river, if there's a huge log in the river stopping the flow, well, the energy has to either go over or underneath. And right now, most of humanity has some blockages in their chakra system or their energy systems. And if you feel that you have a hard time keeping up with the economy and having a hard time making sure that you are, having enough, then the frequency or the blockage is in your root chakra or your root energy center. And look up chakras. Now, the Western world has made the chakras and depicted a chakra. If you go to India and you talk to the real gurus, if you will, they will tell you that there's no such thing as a chakra. They will tell you there are energy centers and they are called chakras, but you can't really see them. You can feel them. If you put your hands over different parts of you, you can actually feel the chakras. You can feel the energy, the wheels, the spinning wheels, how they are intertwined and how they are working together. But again, 5D, fifth dimension, is love. Once you get there, you might be feeling like you might be coming there at a certain time, and then you go back down, and then you come back up there, and then you go back down. I have to tell you, you know that you're not in the fifth dimension if you feel doubt, fear, guilt, all these other things. Then it's very difficult for you to get up into the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is the opposite of fear. It's love. 100% divine love. So, in order for you to connect with that divine love, I'm offering you to work together with me and to connect to that divine love by tuning in. And you don't even have to listen to what I'm saying, just by tuning in to the videos that I'm sending right now. I'm going to be sending a lot more about this, so that you feel more comfortable, maybe even talking about it with your friends, maybe even sharing this, maybe even subscribing so that you know whenever I'm online. Because I'm here to awaken. I'm here to help you awaken to who you are. It's called empowerment. It is called opening your consciousness to the oneness. And it is about opening your heart and clearing your mind. Opening to suggestions that you are love, you are lovable, and you are loved. No matter what anybody says around you, this is the true who you are. This is the truth of who you are. And with so much love and light, I want you to feel good about the reason that you came onto this planet. Maybe you even want to take a trip down memory lane and remember a time when you really, really, really felt amazing. When you really felt like everything in your world was right. Maybe it was a time that you fell in love the first time. And if you feel that this is a great feeling, I want you to go back to that feeling. And then I want you to go forward with that feeling as if that is the feeling that you're in still now. You see, I'm a hypnotherapist as well. I'm a coach, I'm a ascension guide, spiritual guide. I'm even a minister. So you can call me Irreverent Helene. Or Reverend Helene. No, don't worry about that. All these stamps are not necessary. But I want you to know that your inner being is a wise part of you. And then you have your ego that is always trying to keep you safe. But sometimes let your ego go and go into that inner wisdom that you have within you. That feeling of love, that feeling of joy, that feeling of being in complete oneness with you, being in complete alignment with Mother Earth and Father Sky. And yes, I was saying something about we don't need religions. We don't need to have anybody other than ourselves. But on different levels, people are going to tell me they're going to get mad at me when I say that. And I'm okay with that because I know what I know, because I've experienced it. I was sitting one day channeling and all the ascended masters and angelic beings and very, very beautiful, beautiful masters of light and the Galactic Federation. Everybody was sitting around me and they were just saying to me, yes, Helene, you're right. You do not need us. And in the beginning, I had a hard time believing that. What do you mean I don't need you guys? They're like, well, you don't. You have enlightened yourself, and that's all we are here to help you do. Same thing with Jesus, same thing with God, same thing with however you believe. You are here as a sovereign being. You're not here to be guided or to be led by anyone. You're here to lead yourself. You're here to find your own divinity. Because you are divine. You just have put all this programming on you. And like I was saying before, I'm a hypnotherapist. I help people find themselves. I help people find themselves. And that sounds weird. And I remember when I was telling people I needed to go out and find myself, and they were like, really? You need to go somewhere else to find yourself? I said, yeah, and I thought it was out there, and in the end it was inside. That's the big joke that the universe has for us, or God has for us. Once we find ourselves, we have found our divinity that we've been carrying around the whole time. And I just want you to know that I am so grateful to be here on this planet together with you, each one of you. And each one of you does make a difference. Don't ever doubt that. Okay? We are on this planet together, and we are all one, so I am you and you are me. With so much love. Over and out.